before I introduce the final talk, which is Betty Burke, hopefully she's in the room and can make her way forward. I've got the last survey winner to announce. Hopefully, person is in the room. I have, hopefully I'm pronouncing it right, Kedar Rajay. Kedar in the room? Going once. It's a $500 Amazon gift card. Okay. Next is Brandon Bianchi. Brandon? Yes? Brandon? Okay, I've got your card. And in the Lost and Found department, there was a Fitbit that was found. I don't know if anybody has misplaced theirs, feeling a little less fit than they were before. Somebody's waving. All right, well, find me. I'll be in that area afterwards if you lost a Fitbit. And lastly, Betty Burke, and it looks like the board of directors are also up here.
Hi everyone, we got some business to take care of first. Alyssa is going to, our sponsorship director, award the raffle gift.
So hopefully everybody put your ticket in. I'm not going to look. Some have names and some have numbers. If there's a name on here, I'll read the name. And I do have a name, Vicky Risk. Is Vicky here? All right, well, then we're going to pick another winner. The winner's got to be here. Derek Martin.
Wow, lucky day for
Going
those
in,
here.
going
Gotta find
in.
it.
Chris Canavitt. Okay.
Where's the lucky?
Should we take bets on how many I'm going to pull? Isa Kadir.
That's what happens when you have a 1,300 person meeting, I guess.
Yeah.
Barry Dykes. Eric Tavrier. I hope I didn't mispronounce that too badly. Steve
We know that.
Feldman.
We know he's there.
Winner, and he's here. Congratulations.
Do you know where this is? No, where is it, Dave? Where's it?
They're going to get his info and all.
They're going to send it to you, Steve.
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah.
So as you, congratulations, and thank you to our Wi-Fi vendor for that raffle. As you can tell, I have a few board members here with me for the closing today. So before I get started with the sort of official demographics and closing remarks, I'd like to have Dave Temkin come up and give us a summary of the Wi-Fi and network issues.
Thanks. Kind of loaded to say issues, Betty.
Sorry. How about solution?
Much better. Okay, so there were roughly 1,700 unique devices that connected to the Wi-Fi over the course of this meeting, which we thought beforehand going in was going to be somewhere around 1,200. So we definitely came in over. Real quick, we actually purchased a Wi-Fi solution for NANOG to own. Over the last, well, basically forever, NANOG has borrowed or used donated equipment. And it was time in the evolution of the organization for us to invest in our own infrastructure. We're using it 3 times a year for these large meetings, as well as potentially for some of the other smaller traveling meetings. So after an RFP process, we picked Xeris, who was just nice enough to donate the WAP that Steve just won. And they've actually been here on site the entire time, troubleshooting, working with people, finding ways to more efficiently utilize radio spectrum, which those of you who know anything about RF know that there's only so much you can do from that aspect. But they've also fought with things like bad cable drops, bad power, bad power and bad cable drops, bad hardware, and we've had certainly a share of issues, and it's been a learning experience for them and been a learning experience for us. They're confident, they're looking forward to coming back for the next meeting, and we think that long-term, the solution that we picked is the right thing for NANOG. And so thanks very much for bearing with us during this meeting, and we and the rest of the WTF, or the Wireless Task Force, are confident that for the next meeting we will have little to no issues. Thank you.
All right. I want to first start off with thanking everyone for sticking around for the closing and for the participation all day long. Generally, when I look out over the audience in the closing remarks, I see just a few of the familiar faces, so I'm very happy to see that it was a full day of programming and you all took time to come here and be part of the closing remarks. My usual thank you to all of our partners for our meetings. The host and our connectivity providers are key in helping us to deliver a network for you and providing the host services that we couldn't do without. Our premium sponsors are critically important, and those infrastructure sponsors that support us as well. Our NANOG 64 meeting sponsors and contributors, those are individual sponsors just for this meeting, very helpful. I hope that you enjoyed stopping by and picking up some swag and talking to them, making it worth their while. Special thank you again to everyone that's a part of NANOG. I couldn't do it without all of the board of directors' help, the committees, certainly our membership engagement, all of you, the attendees, our sponsors, and a special thank you to the staff that helped me put on these meetings. So the new NANOG staff, myself, Valerie, and Day, are you in the room? Back corner. Special thank you to them. They made it possible so that I only had to come into this meeting on Sunday. I loved it. Alyssa, that was just here. Where are you, Alyssa, again? There we go. Coordinating all of our sponsorships. The Network Utility Force team that helps oversee and project manage. The Vereland team, the folks at the back table in the NOC, as well as the SOURCE folks. They've been outstanding. Now I'd like to take just an extra moment before we go into the demographics and invite our friends and colleagues from AMS, who this will be their last meeting, to come forward so that we can all give them a special thank you for event management and registration support for NANOG and just all of the general support that they've been giving us. Flor, Annabelle, and Naveen, will you come forward, please? I'm standing up a little, so that's why I'm stretched, guys. Florencia, first in line here, coming up, has been with NANOG for 3 years, 3.5 years, serving as the project director for the team and serving as the assistant to me in making the services delivery here for you at the meeting. Annabelle has been a big lead for us in supporting registration, in our accounting and bookkeeping, and with the PC. Naveen has been involved in supporting registration on the front lines for all of you. So I really want to have all of us extend a big thank you to them. Sometimes I'm quite busy, and so at a meeting it goes by pretty quickly, and so this is my departing gift to them, to sweeten them up a little bit and say thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. These ladies do an awesome job. Thank you. All right, here we go. What was the number? 1,227 official registered attendees on site. The breakdown of by the groups, the non-member registration, the member registration, pretty much kind of where we average our attendance. Student registration, 19, growing number, very impressed. 26 speakers put on the program. We had one individual registered from the press, 3 scholars. Very, very happy to see that we actually have folks applying for our fellowships and able to get to the NANOG meeting. I hope that you pass the word. We have 4 per meeting, so we didn't hit our total of 4, but 3 is still great. We had 7 from our college immersion program. A number that we often ask ourselves and talk about, which I'm reporting here today for the first time, is the female attendance at NANOG growing, staying the same? What is it? And it is an optional request field at registration, so I can't say that it's an accurate number, but of those that reported, 104 females were here today as registered attendees, and over the past 3 meetings, the average was 68. So that gives you some sense of the gender demographics. The top countries represented, on average, I think that the variety of countries here at NANOG are about the same. You still see the United States by far is leading the way. The interesting report for me is that the United Kingdom beat out Canada this time. Top organizations. Juniper Networks. Wow, we haven't seen you up at the top of the list in a while. Great that you're all here. Google, NTT, Microsoft, Cisco, Comcast, Facebook, and Netflix. This, I added a little information for you just because I wanted to know. The usual NANOG 64 statistics is alphabetical in listing. I wanted to see by percentages and compare some of the reports to the average of the past 3 meetings. Because I'm often asked, what's the demographic of your attendee? Who comes to NANOG anyway? So I thought that it's important to talk about it a bit. There were 212 reported that they were from internet service providers. And when I look back in the average of the last 3 meetings, 159 reported that they were internet providers. So that tells me it's still an internet organization. Network operators followed by 174 reported here today. The average over the past 3 meetings was 102. Equipment vendors, 160, with the average being 83, and then you can see all the rest of the statistics. So I think it's fair to say that NANOG is about internet operations. Wouldn't you agree? All right. So, save the dates. I always like to talk about the future. I like to wrap up our current meeting on a positive note, which I think NANOG 64 was a huge success. So thank you to everyone in the room, to myself, and to the board and the program committee. I hope a number of you follow us and spread the word about our NANOG on the Road activities. We're going to be going in just a few weeks to Herndon. Then in September, we're going to Chicago. October, we're going to Montreal for NANOG 65. And then we're going back in November to NANOG on the Road in St. Louis. So put it on your calendar, spread the word, especially about NANOG on the Road. Those one-day events are just a mini snapshot of NANOG, and we're finding them to be a huge outreach and success. So it's helpful when a number of you join us in locations that are close by you, but it's really important for you to pass the word to others to join the events. In 2016, dates that you need to put on your calendar so you can join us for NANOG 66 in San Diego. NANOG 67 in June will be in Chicago. NANOG 68 will be in Dallas in October. 2017 we already have booked in June. which is in Bellevue. We'll be going back to Bellevue to the same hotel again. I'm currently working on sites for February 2017 and October 2017, so you can check our futures pages for those updates soon. And we are ready to launch NANOG 65. So excited because it's our annual fall meeting. Very excited to welcome back DNS OARC, who will be hosting their workshop meeting on Saturday and Sunday. NANOG will be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, followed by Aaron on Thursday and Friday. So a full week of really great discussions in Montreal. We will be going to the Fairmount Queen Elizabeth in Montreal, which is the hotel of choice. We have a good room block. I think you'll find lots of rooms, a great space. We'll be issuing the call for presentations for this meeting in about 2-3 weeks, I think, Tony. Where'd you go? Yep. And the registration and room block shortly thereafter. The important element as well, so start thinking about it now, is that in October we do our annual elections as well. And I'll be announcing those shortly. It's the end of my closing. We're officially closed for NANOG 64. On to NANOG 65, unless anyone has any questions for myself or for the board. Oh, Tony has a gift card. Name was drawn. We now have the gift card. Oh. Okay. I think we're closed. Anyone else? We're good. Thank you again. Be safe.